Hey, here we are, back again. Changing the oil and replacing a blade spindle on the deck of my Ariens lawn tractor. This guy happens to be a model 936053, 936053. It's got the Intech 22 horsepower Briggs & Stratton V twin motor. For a time, I believe the parent company is AYP, American Yard Products. You'll know them for Husqvarna. They built some mowers for Ariens, and it's a decent machine. Okay. Hey, let's quick show you a couple little hacks that I've done. There's our homemade drain pan. So, when you're banging around with this thing, they have the chute off the mower deck. If you see there, I drilled a little bit of a hole. We've got a bungee there that I tied a knot in to adjust kind of how it should be to do the thing. Take your bungee, put it through that hole. Second little thing that I've done here is when I bought this, you see here is where the oil comes out. Boy, there was a little buttony, drainy, fancy thing there that, and then a little trough, plastic trough you were supposed to hold, and I didn't like that. So, headed on into my local Runnings. It's a hardware, farm, sporting goods little place. Got a length of black pipe, brought the thingy in to match up the pipe size, and put a little plug on the end here. They only had brass in stock at the time, and that's what I ended up with. Filter on this engine here is on the other side of the motor entirely, and boy, you end up with often an oily mess. So we're going to put down some cardboard, get after this. Okay, I like to do a little dealy with the cap here to divert the flow so it doesn't sploosh everywhere. There we go. We'll let that drain out. This draining is taking much longer than I had hoped. Done dripping. Put the cap back on. Snug it up. Our filter is on the opposite side of the motor that your drain is. So to prep, give our new filter a little bit of oil on the gasket there, so we can hopefully swap it out at a decent speed, because these things, kind of a downfall, it can be messy. Alrighty, see if we can quickly spin, and yucky. Check your mating surface, make sure the gasket came with the old filter. Grab our new one, spin it on there. So I've noticed, for whatever reason, on this particular tractor anyway, the filter likes to loosen up and leak. And that sucks a lot, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of a snug, like so. On these motors, where the dipstick goes, pow, it's also our fill location. It never hurts to put a little indicator someplace on your equipment to give you a heads up so you're not always looking in the book or scratching your head. How much oil does this take? Don't fill too fast, you make a mess. And here comes our second quart. And we'll let that settle out. All of our oil is in our motor now. As you saw earlier, you just pour in through the dipstick tube. We'll give her a check here. I always like to do a wipe, spin, and a check. And we are full on oil. I had intended for this video to include the changing of the spindle that holds the mower blade that I had broke. But it turns out the other spindle is bad, so this is turning into a two-parter. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone is having a wonderful spring. We will have a spindle replacement video on deck, hopefully next weekend, as the parts are due to arrive on Friday. I gotta get to work, gotta use the wagon and move a little firewood.